Alright, yeah, I know how it is. You want to learn something new, pick up a new skill, good for you. So, you turn to the internet, Google, YouTube, and, you find all these things that could probably teach you how to do it in under a week, 7 days, or less. And before you know it, you too can partially solve a Rubik's Cube, like myself. Why is this top row so stubborn? Alright, welcome to the show, everybody. I'm your host, Rob Rodriguez. Alright, no matter which direction the show goes, the start of the episode, the initial greeting, I feel really gives a good idea of what the whole episode's gonna be like. For goodness sakes, it could be wild, then it can get like a little crazy, and before you know it, it's just full-blown insane. Okay, we can't really show that. So as a kid, I would watch Nickelodeon and Disney Channel, right? Rob, who are you kidding? You still do that. So yeah, kids shows, they give us like this weird fantasy world that we live with. And then we're like, when I get to this point in my life, it's gonna be just like this, so I have these shows as a resource. Yeah, he was drinking too much Coca-Cola. So take high school, for example, how it's like portrayed in all these shows. And think about it, they had groups of kids like hanging by the lockers, and all this shenanigans would happen in the hallways. And everyone dressed like, some sort of a JCPenney ad or something. And then once you hit your freshman year, to your surprise, it's all sweatpants and PDA, depending on if you went to a public school or not. Because, the private school kids are probably very confused, not gonna lie. But yeah, casually dressed kids. And, not everybody had a locker. Lockers were optional. So, like, the one year that I actually had a locker, it was on the bottom row. Nobody wants to talk to the kid who's, like, putting his stuff away in the bottom row, and then the guy who's got the higher locker. That no one wants to make conversation that way, It's like, so did you see the game last night? The halftime show. Yeah, I wasn't a fan, but the rest of the thing was pretty nice. And then the guy above is like, who said that? Oh. See you in art class, I guess. Or, I don't know why you're talking to me. High school is not the only lie that TV portrayed for us, You can't, in my way, you can't really solve life's problems and situations in 22 minutes. Just imagine how weird that is. Like, something happens and you have to rush it. Like, unless it's a two-parter, you're like, sorry you fell off your horse, Michelle, and got amnesia, but next week we gotta help Ross move a couch upstairs. Yep, that's right. I just compared two different shows in two different universes. So let's pivot our way away from that. Kids today, teens today, I feel they don't really like to open up to their parents like they do in the commercials. Something had to inspire it in some sort of way, So you think they watch the commercials and then they get the idea. Well, yeah, that they can watch like an after-school special, watch Degrassi, the real-life situations that they base on stuff. Yeah, you could do that. I know this might be a little off-brand. You would say you don't feel very fresh doing this topic. Yeah, you could say that. And kids, if you're watching, today's youth, please remember to be open with your parents. And read a book once in a while. Is it something I said? Yes, don't make that fresh joke, please. We can get in a lot of trouble. So, on that note, I'm gonna need a minute. You know, just doing this is like a pretty good distraction from, real life. Like, great distraction from work, things I gotta do later after the show. The fact that, in all honesty, breaking character here for a second, I am very distracted, and I hope I'm masking it well during this broadcast. Because, life happens, and sometimes it's on your mind when you're trying to think about the timing and everything. I mean, take this, when I take really long hiatuses from the show. It's really because, in some ways, I'm too distracted to, write and produce decent episodes, like within a 15-minute radius, or whatever you want to call it. I mean, there's a commercial that plays all the time, and it's meant to help people with a specific issue. But in some ways, when it comes to this channel, I'm there. But because I'm distracted, I'm not always here when I should be. Humira ads are playing all the time, aren't they? It's time for that weekly list known as the possibility list. It's kind of like when you lock your keys in the car and then you completely forget that you had a spare in your shirt pocket. Always the last place you check. Alright, this week's list is titled 4 Rejected Pop-Tarts Flavors. Alright, so we did this with M&M's. I lost my composure. We did this with Skittles. I kind of made up for that. Now we're doing Pop-Tarts. Strawberry is my favorite, not gonna lie. Fight me on it, please. Why would you beg? Okay. Number 4, Goober Grape. The peanut butter mixed with the jelly. Number 3, Black Licorice. Number 2, Chili Powder. And number 1, 4 rejected Pop-Tarts flavors. Pancake syrup. Actually, that one sounds pretty good. It's just probably sticky. I mean, they made the Jolly Ranchers Pop-Tarts, which, honestly, they were pretty good. Not gonna lie. Okay, that's the possibility list for you this week. Well, that is the show for you this week. You know how to follow me on social media. Until next time, yes, there will be a next time, okay? Alright, see ya.